everybody, welcome to the Improv Summit. This background, woo woo. With me today, I have a special guest who is back from the very first Improv Summit video, and he is back, and I'm ready to do some improv with Rich. Rich, how's it going?
Good, man. How's it going?
Good, good, good. So today, for those who are watching and or listening, if you're on the drive because you don't want to see us just talking in boxes, we are going to do some improv. What we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of different scenes. We're going to take turns initiating, and afterwards we're going to discuss the A to C of our initiations based on the suggestion, what our original idea was, and anything that we picked up on that we thought was unique or fun within those scenes. So let's dive right in, shall we?
I'm now going to refer to improv exclusively as talking in boxes, by the way.
Great, especially Zoomprov. It's talking in boxes. So let's start. I'll give you this offer. Rich, do you want to start with an initiation, or do you want me to start with the initiation?
Your call.
All right. Well, we're gonna take turns. So why don't you initiate the first one?
You got it.
So this, do you want a location, a relationship, or a word?
Your call.
All right. Let's go with a word. I think words are fun because there's a lot of possibilities. Your suggestion is anonymous.
I don't think he can see us.
That's great. That's great because then we can figure out the entire plan and he won't even know it was us.
Yeah. It's going to plan so far.
Yeah. Okay. So we're hiding.
Can't see us.
And then he can't see us. So now, what do we have to do next? I'm really forgetful.
No, it's okay. This is my first gig too, Being a guardian angel's like, it doesn't come with instruction manual. We just help his life be better or safer, or, I don't know.
Yeah, figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like George Bailey in it. Only, I guess that guardian angel kind of knew exactly what was going on, kind of, sort of. Maybe we're like the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future. Well, they kind of knew what was going on too.
I don't know if any fiction has really nailed this well.
You know what might have done that? Drop Dead Diva. Have you seen that show?
No.
Drop Dead Diva. It was the guy from Superstore, who Ben Feldman, who plays a guardian angel to a woman who was so into herself that she crashed into a giant truck and died, but her soul came back into a body of a lawyer. And so then the guardian angel is protecting the soul and not the actual person of the body who died. It's really complicated. I feel like this job is a lot easier than that, actually.
I didn't see that one. Oh, crap. Where'd it go?
Oh, sorry. I distracted us.
Oh, this isn't good.
Not
How
good
are we supposed to be guardian angels if we don't know where he's at?
We can't guard anyone if we don't know where they are.
Right.
We could still be angels, though.
I mean, I don't know how to not be an angel. Can you morph yourself into another species? I didn't have that ability.
I guess I'm not a shapeshifter. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
good. Back
good.
behind the tree over there.
Oh, thank goodness.
He's pretty fast.
Yeah.
Listen, Gabriel.
Yep.
I just want to get something off my chest here. I know that we're pretty new to this whole guardian angel gigging, but I don't think I could have asked for a better partner. I think you are the perfect match to my chaos.
Oh wow. Okay, thank you. I wasn't expecting that. That's very nice.
You're welcome. I mean, it's honest. It's honest from the heart. I mean, I'm an angel. I tell the truth.
Sure. Just curious, behind the tree where he just was, is that a dead body and blood pooling out of it?
It appears so.
I think we're guarding a serial killer.
Yeah. You gotta start somewhere, right?
I don't feel good about this assignment.
Yeah, this is not what I signed up for.
I'll watch some of that TV show with you if you want then, because I think this guy's good.
Yeah.
All right.
We're not worried about guarding the other people, just him.
Feels weird.
It does feel a little icky.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing our job.
Okay. Scene.
Great. All right.
I
So
forgot I could call it too. I'm like, this scene is over. Oh, I should
yeah,
just call it. Okay. This scene ended a minute ago.
that's okay. I was like having fun. I thought it kind of got a real interesting turn there, so I'm glad we got
Okay.
to it. So the
Nice.
suggestion was anonymous,
Mhm.
as we recall. What was your thought process in starting this initiation? This like A
I
to
just
C?
started as all I knew was that whoever my character was not was looking at someone who didn't know I was there. That's all I
Ah,
knew for sure. So that's why
great,
I started with that kind of thing.
great. And was there anything throughout that you like felt like was like a good gift or something that you presented that you're like, oh, I can see where this is going? Anything like that?
I really try never to see where things are going. If I start to see where things are going, I try and disrupt the thoughts as fast as I can so that
Mm,
I'm not living in the future. But yeah, as far as gifts concerned, I think that your your rant about Drop Dead Diva was really cool because like I was paying attention to you and I was like, I don't know what's happening with him. And that is kind of funny for a guardian angel to like not be paying attention to their subject.
yeah, to be so into something else that has nothing to do with what's at hand.
Yeah, yeah. And then when you said, "Oh, he was just behind that tree," I was like, "Why was he behind a tree?" And I was like, I don't know why he's behind that tree." So then I looked a little closer and I was like, "He just killed someone behind that tree."
And I was gonna say, I love that gift of this serial killer because it became like these guardian angels who know what's moral, and it was
Yeah.
like now I feel weird, and it allowed me to feel like I was able to play with like the idea of like, well, we're supposed to guard him, that's our job,
Yeah, right.
no one else. So that was fun, I think.
We were kind of like the Secret Service for Trump. Like this is our job, but like this sucks. Like
Yeah, yeah. This is our job. This is what it is.
yeah.
Great, cool. Let's jump into another scene, yeah,
You
and I'll initiate this time.
you got it.
All right, we'll do another word because those seem to be the most broad. The suggestion is the sun. The sun. The sun is what it was in the suggestion box. Sun, the sun. Hey, Venus. It's
Yeah,
Mercury.
yeah.
Mercury.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah. What's up?
getting a little hot. I feel like this. I can't take this anymore. It's day in, day out.
Mm.
I'm the
Your
closest.
days are real fast.
Yeah, real fast, but the closest. I'm like
I
literally
mean,
only.
I'm fast, but you got the clock speed on everyone else as far as days. You revolve around that sun like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, it's like I could win a world record. In fact, I guess I am the world record holder for the most rotations around the sun in one day.
I mean, you're not the world record holder. I mean, there would be only one world. You'd be the galaxy record holder.
Ah, you have a good point. That's a really good point. I keep forgetting that Earth is the world and I'm just Mercury.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're different worlds.
We are different worlds. We come from different worlds. We are different worlds. You know what? You know what Venus has? You know what you have, Venus?
A runaway gas greenhouse effect.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have a lot of gas. Yeah,
Sure, sure. I'm a
gas.
gassy planet.
I'm
I
surprised
mean,
you don't
I'm
have.
not like Jupiter or Saturn. Like, ugh,
Yeah, they're way out there with their rings and everything.
right?
I was just gonna. I don't know why you don't have beans on your planet. Like, why are the beans on Earth if you're the gaseous planet? Because beans are the gaseous food, or the food that produces the most gas. I guess you know what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yes, beings produce gas in organic beings. I don't have any organic beings. So I have the gas that doesn't come from organic beings. That comes from, physics and stuff.
Yeah, and that's why like people can't even be on your planet because they'll just die from that gas. That gas is gaseous. It's like what's that word? It kills people. It's
Poison,
poison. Yeah, poisonous or like deadly. I
toxic,
guess toxic.
deadly.
That's the word I was thinking of. Toxic.
Yeah,
Toxic
yeah, yeah,
gas.
yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna Mercury. Like I feel like all the planets do the same thing over and over. We compare ourselves to Earth just because it's got life. All right, you've got value as a planet. And you don't have to always measure yourself by the third planet from the sun. I mean, there's 9 of us. At least, like, we all have our own things, you know? Like, who cares about Earth?
Venus, I'm flattered. I didn't think anyone noticed that I had value. And
Of course you have value. You're the closest to the sun. When the sun explodes, you're going to be the first to go.
that's just heavenly. I
Yeah.
mean, really, because then I don't have to suffer as much. I'm the least, I have to suffer the least out of all the planets.
You're the fastest of all the planets,
I am. And
right?
I know for a fact that I'm a planet, unlike Pluto, because maybe Pluto is not as big as Ubi 313, but who knows which one's actually a planet anymore? Are there
Well,
8
look,
planets, 9
Pluto
planets,
is
or 10?
suffering from worrying about what the humans think of him more than any of us, okay? He thinks his value is like, oh, does Neil deGrasse Tyson think I'm a planet? It's like, just be a planet. Just be. Just don't worry about what these humans. They're like, well, Pluto's smaller than you, but even the biggest human is like way smaller than Pluto. Why do we care about them?
Venus, you are so good at giving compliments. I love that about you. I feel like even though you're the most toxic planet, your spirit is non-toxic. It's
Well,
completely
again, I'm only
fresh.
toxic to humans, right? And other Earth life. There's probably aliens out there who would think that I'm a vacation destination.
I feel like you could be. Really, if you got
I
rid of the
think
gas.
so.
I think so. If you maybe tone down the gas a little bit, I think you could be. I think humans are going to get on you someday.
Yeah, there's probably some silicon-based life forms somewhere that they would love a planet. They're dreaming about me.
I dream about you.
Really?
Yeah, all it's all like smoke and mirrors in your case, gas. But I feel like you're not a mirage. You're close enough. I feel like I could dig it. I feel like I could vacation on you.
Thanks. Thanks, man. Yeah, I could, technically. I think there'd be a cataclysmic event if we got too close to each other, though.
Yeah. Who's to say we can't try it?
All right, here goes the universe.
All right.
Scene.
Yeah, I was gonna call it there too.
All right, nice.
So this suggestion was the sun. I think it's pretty obvious where I went with this, but instead of instead of being the sun, the sun, I was like, there are a lot of options here, and I was like, it'd be fun to be a non-human. And so, but I didn't want to be so on the nose or so A to B where it was, I'm going to be the sun or I'm going to make rich the sun, that I was like, what surrounds the sun? And in a way, planets and interplanetary beings and all that. So it worked out. It was fun. I learned from Interplanet Janet on Schoolhouse Rock things about the different planets.
There you go.
Mercury's the hottest. Venus has the most gas. Those things, and then the fun thing about Pluto and Ubi 313, I think there were a lot of fun things that were like science nerdy, but things that were digestible because it's things that I understood as someone who's not great with science. So
anytime I get the opportunity to organically bring up Neil deGrasse Tyson in a scene, which is not that often, I'm down.
Yeah, I was like, I know who that is. I don't know what his like whole thing is with science, but I know he talks about planets and stuff.
Oh, I think I've read 6 of his books. He's great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I didn't even have that many books. That's
I
crazy.
think he's got 10 or 12. Actually, I haven't read a new one of his in a while, so he might have come out with more.
Wow. It's like he's got a master class too.
Oh yeah, he's got everything.
So, all right. Well, let's jump into the next one. I'll have you initiate this next one.
Cool.
The suggestion is proud.
I feel pretty good about all this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've done many things. This I'm most proud of.
It's something, that's for sure. It's there's a lot happening.
Thank you. Thank you. That's not to diminish your contributions to the project, of course.
Yeah, I put a couple of books up there.
Nice touch.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think you're definitely going to win the science fair for adults.
Probably. Let's assume that's probably the case.
Yeah,
that doesn't take anything away from what you're doing.
I mean, yeah, I would like to win the spelling bee for adults, but yeah, I think it's a really nice. What is it again? It's like an atom molecule, but like with trash.
An atom with trash?
A molecule, like it's designed like with like it's a trash. It's a bunch of trash that's designed to look like an atom molecule.
Oh yeah. The atom doesn't have trash.
Right. I was trying to be like
Trash is the medium by which the art. Okay, now we're
yeah,
on the same.
you're much better at those words.
I don't know about that, but
I'm
I was
better at
like,
spelling them.
there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia.
There it is, guy.
I got it.
This guy.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. Are you going to be able to fit this into the building? Is the real question.
No, I'm gonna build the building around the project.
There's no way you can't win the science fair if you're building a building just for the project.
I didn't want to tip my hat, but yeah. It'll be done by tomorrow. I'm working all through the night.
You could win the construction bee too, for all I know.
Oh, I forgot about the construction bee. I can double enter. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you could. You could do the construction bee. Oh, CONSTRUT. No, let me start again.
Oh, this guy. I got you.
CTION. Boy, I can't think of that word. Ah, you got me. I got it. I
threw an easier one at you. It's like a change up. I got a fastball. Oh no!
It's because of those C's and the T's. It's hard to remember.
Sure. The C's and the T's.
CONSTRUCTION. There it is. I got it.
He's back. He's back, everybody. Better than ever.
Good thing that was a practice round. Otherwise, I would have been out of there.
Yeah. No, the judges aren't here. All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm. All those lights?
Crap. Did you build the electrical system yourself?
Yeah. Here's the kicker. You ready? It runs off hydrogen power. I cracked cold fusion. Yeah. Einstein said it couldn't be done, and I said, I got this.
Dave, I really appreciate the idea of you entering this atom into the science fair, this like atom, but don't you think that fission or whatever, the cold fusion, whatever that is, don't you think that would be more of an impressive thing to like enter into the science fair? Because that's pretty cool.
I only invented it because I didn't want to pay for the electric bill, but now that you mention it, it might actually work. Yeah.
That might be a better option. Can you double enter the science fair? Maybe just.
Well, I'm already entering the construction bee and the science bee. The world-changing bee. I'll enter for that one.
Be an inventor.
Mm-hmm.
It could be an inventor. Invention bee. Oh, INVENTOR.
Oh, there he is.
Got it. I'm back. Scene.
All right. I just realized I didn't do any kind of warm up before this. I'm like, this is all like cold, like your furniture.
I don't know. I mean, we can figure it out.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Hey, I guess we should have warmed up. Oh well, now everyone knows that we're this good without warming up. That just imagine when we're warmed up, what we're like.
Went right back to science. I was like, oh, that's.
I know, and I was like, I think because my mind was so on science that I went into it. So the suggestion was proud. What was your idea coming into this?
All I knew was that I just wanted to assume, that stance that people have when they're proud of something, and that was, and then figure it out from there. Right. If I go back, I obviously can't go back and change improv scenes, but I wish I'd said, I'm really proud of your accomplishment instead of mine. I don't like it when I make things too myopic. And it's like it would be an easy relationship right from the get-go if I'm like, you should be proud of all this, right? So now I'm talking about you.
That's great. That's a great tip. Everyone lock that in your your brain. Boy, words today. I already said it in there. I was like, in the last scene, I remember being like, toxic. That's the word.
Dude, you rattled off onomatopoeia in record time.
That was a word that I had before. I'll tell you, here's the thing on a quick side note. I won my 5th grade spelling bee with the word chandelier, and I had never looked at that word before in my life, and I just somehow got it right.
Nice.
CHANDELIER, by the way. It's not as easy as it sounds.
Fair.
And then I went to college, and I did I was a contestant for a fundraiser for the Black Student Union, and they did the spelling bee, and I won second place. The person who won had the word entrepreneur, and then their winning word was entrepreneurship. And I was like, you're going to give them the same word twice?
Right?
And I
Come
had to
on.
spell like nasturtium or nasturtium. I couldn't even say the word. So I got out, and then they had to bring me back because I never said the word right. So I couldn't technically spell it correctly because I never pronounced it right. And then I had
Interesting.
like pulchritudinous, and then they got entrepreneur. And I'm like, really? These are not on the same level. But
There's
I
some
did win most spirited because everyone's like, what? I'm like, yeah, because every time someone went up, I was like, you got this, you can do it. And I don't know
nice.
why I was doing that in a competition, but that's what it was. All right.
I just realized that I'm basically played two characters that are more or less me in voice and movement, and there's been very little object work. So I'm giving myself the note of like throw some shit out there.
So your
And
challenge is object work. My challenge should be object work, but we all know about my computers. So
yeah. But I mean, like, so I don't mind Zoomprov in general, but but the same problem that we have in person, we have in Zoom is this whole standy talking thing. Like, this isn't interesting, right? But like,
Mhm.
there's a whole world here that we can mess with. So
Oh yeah, it reminds me of a scene that I did. I'll just say the date because who knows when this is getting released. January 4th is when I did a show with my Twoprov partner, and one of the scenes we had. I was minuscule, like I was tiny, and it became like a Stuart Little kind of situation. But like he would pick me up, so I would like go
nice.
up, and then he'd like blow me, and I would
He'd
like
blow
all in
you.
the box, like like
Yep. Mm-hmm.
like you
No, I
know what
get
I
it.
mean, like I've
You
got
said it though. Let's
words.
just.
He would blow on me, I guess is what I would say, is what I should say. I'm not good with words.
I was
We've already
Stuart. I was
established
like
this.
Stuart Little. He would blow me. It was a great scene. It was a really great scene.
And I would just go the wind or whatever. But I told you I'm not great with words. I can spell them, I can't say them very
Hey.
well. That's my Capricorn brain. All right, let's go to another scene. I'll do I'll do the initiation this time based on the word disguise. Mom, um,
Yeah.
I uh, I really want to be the Red Ranger for Halloween.
Fine.
Oh, okay. I just, I know you don't like violence or fiction or power or rangers.
I sound terrible.
So I just wanted to make sure it was okay.
Sure. Hmm. You smell delicious.
Um, thanks, Mom. Um, I, I, I don't know. I'm just gonna say it's a little. Mom, are you sure? Are you okay?
You got me. I'm not your mother. I'm a vampire.
Whoa. What'd you do with my mother?
I ate her.
Are you gonna eat me too?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe we could kind of like barter something, maybe.
Oh, a deal. I've never heard this one in my 1,200 years of life before. Deal me, human.
Well, how about I give you some of my blood?
I I could just take all of it.
Right, or we could like ration it, like do like Little Shop of Horrors style, where Seymour and
Oh,
Audrey
you want to
too.
be a lifelong meal ticket. Produce more blood, drink more blood. I see.
Well, I mean, I'm just hoping that if I give you some, you'll just go on to the next person and kind of forget that I
A
exist.
vampire never forgets.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, maybe you could just forget that I said anything then.
Okay, look, I'm. Oh, I didn't need to disguise myself with your mother's face in order to be. I could have just attacked you, killed you, and moved on, all right? I'm trying to put on a show here, and you're not very afraid.
I mean, I know vampires. I mean, they're not. I mean, I guess they're real now. I just assume they weren't real. So like, I'm kind of in this. Have you ever seen like Dracula, Bela Lugosi? Like that's not real. It's a actor playing a vampire. Or like there's like what are those movies with Edward and the other guy, Twilight? It's obviously Robert Pattinson. It's not a real vampire. So I just seeing a real vampire in the flesh is just kind of like surprising, I guess. Like I just still feel like you're performing. Like you're not real, like I feel like you're
I was literally performing. I was trying to convince you I was your mother. You figured that one out fast. I'm not a good actor. I understand that.
You're a vampire. I mean, supposedly.
Supposedly?
Yeah, like I told you, I've never seen a real vampire. So
I have your mother's face skin right here.
I mean, that is kind of odd. It is pretty odd.
Listen, you are dampening my day. I'm not gonna lie. Usually, what I do, I do the reveal. Your blood, you get very afraid. There's cortisol in your blood, which I think is tasty. And then I'm like, fear. But you're just chill. What are you on, some kind of antidepressants or something?
Yeah, probably.
Damn, those taste terrible. I can't eat your blood.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess we're done here.
I guess so. Enjoy being a Power Ranger.
Well, I still have to get approval from my mom.
But she's very dead.
Oh.
Face skin, remember?
Right. I just thought that was also an act.
I'm telling you your mother is dead and you are still just whatever.
It's Halloween. What am I supposed to think?
My God. All right, I'm going to go find someone who knows how to be afraid. Maybe I'll find someone in Hollywood or something. They're always scared of something.
Oh, okay. Well, it was nice to meet you, Mr. Maybe a vampire. Maybe an actor, maybe my mom in disguise, from the disguise of the.
These kids today are on too many antidepressants.
Maybe that was a real vampire.
Scene. All right.
All right, so that word was I forgot what it was actually. Oh, it's disguise. I still had it there, so that's good.
Yeah.
Disguise. So my first thought was Halloween costumes. That's where I went with. I thought that was a very interesting scene. Because I do think what was interesting is pointing out the fact that like this kid, like I was just playing it so nonchalant.
Yeah.
And like it's like a vampire and like calling it out of being like, are you fine? Like and then I think what was allowing me is like, well, I figured it was a disguise. I figured you're an actor because it's Halloween. So I think that I was able to justify why I was in that nonchalant world. But I was glad that you called it out because I was like, man, I should have like a reaction to this. And my reaction was like, I guess you're a vampire, maybe.
I mean, it was like, I don't know what the real lore is behind different vampires, but I just, I know that, fear changes the literal chemical makeup of your blood. So when you were being all even keel about it, I was like, oh, well, this vampire is not even interested in you.
Yeah, and I thought that really worked. I think it was great. I also said the Little Shop of Horrors thing. Which,
nice reference to 1985.
Which then you called it out. You're like, oh, like lifelong. And I was like, well, that's not what I meant. I meant more like you would take it and then leave. But then I was like, no, that is what Audrey 2 and Seymour's relationship is. To just keep giving me blood. And he's like, okay, just a little bit if you'll shut up. And then
he was a blood factory for it. Yeah.
And then we all know the real ending versus the movie ending of that show. Ooh, yikes. I won't spoil it for those who haven't seen it because you should. Anyway.
Don't spoil that 35-year-old movie.
If you haven't seen it yet, I don't know if you're going to watch it at this point. But don't take a look at don't take a look. Don't forget about the 1960 version that existed with Jack Nicholson.
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, like old school, like this is in public domain, the black and white Little Shop of Horrors 1960 version, which is what the musical is based on, in turn what the movie musical is based on, in turn what the revival of the musical movie is based on. There's a lot to it.
You know a lot about that IP.
I mean, that's as much as I probably know. I could sing the whole soundtrack most likely, but
Wow.
but yeah, it's a fun little cult movie, and it's one of the best musicals I think I've ever seen.
We stumbled onto a little point of knowledge for you. Well done.
Oh yeah, it's I think the musical is 1982, the movie was 1986, the first revival was 2003, and the most recent revival I think was 18, maybe it was last year. And the movie was 1960. So, trivia. Anyways, let's move on to another scene, shall we?
Sure.
So I'll have you initiate this one. And then the suggestion is trust.
Yeah, and then all you gotta do is put your money in a trust, and then we'll take care of it for you. We'll watch out for it.
Sounds exactly like what I need here with all my money, all millions of dollars of it.
Yeah, all the millions of dollars you're gonna trust us with, eh?
I trust you with my trust fund, all right?
This guy, look at this guy.
Now, Frankie, it's all you now. I want any of this money gone now, all right? I want it all.
Oh yeah, it'll be gone. Sorry, I'm just gonna take my pastries out of the oven. It's time for them to cool.
Oh, the cannolis?
Oh yeah.
Ah, those cream-filled cannolis. Those are the good ones. You make some good cannolis, I gotta say.
Thank you. I was gonna make, some, something else, maybe some kolaches or something, go against the stereotype, but what are you gonna do?
That's what you get, I guess, for being Mediterranean.
I guess so. All right.
Well, anyways, back to the money. I just want to make sure that it's all in a safe, comfortable environment.
Oh yeah. We got a safe cup. Don't worry about it. We're gonna take good care. No one's gonna knock us off, right? I think they'll knock off a bank, but they ain't gonna knock off old Tony and Jimmy, right? Here you go. Have a cannoli. There you go. And nice and hot there for you. Watch your mouth.
It's very nice. It's plump. It's juicy. I mean, I don't know if it's juicy yet. I haven't had it, but it's plump for sure.
No, you're right though. There's some juice in this.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Good instinct.
You make those cannolis like nobody's business.
Oh, this guy with the words is very nice. Yeah. So, we're gonna take your money and we're gonna, watch out for it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't need it. I don't need any of y'all to get whacked, all right?
Whoa! Who said something about no whack? Hey, no.
I'm just saying. I'm saying
no nothing.
No, I'm saying none of you should be getting whacked because I need this money to be safe. All right.
That's a very rude thing to say right here. I offer you kolache. You talking about me getting whacked over here? What the hell?
I'm just, you know how we are. Sometimes people don't make it.
Jesus.
Just want to make sure that you're going to make it with all my money because my money, I'm trusting you.
Johnny, we had a whole look at this. We got a whole plan for your money. Okay, we're going to diversify your portfolio. We're going to invest you in international companies versus domestic versus small businesses, some government bonds. We got a whole program over here. We're not a bunch of hoodlums.
My God, that's great. Sorry, I didn't even hear a word you said because that was tasty. Oh, that was a tasty pastry. Tasty pastry. It's wow. It's
pretty good with the bacon. I'm not gonna lie.
Pretty fresh. I gotta tell you. Yeah. So you got a whole map game plan.
When I'm not managing ed funds. Yeah. We got all the titles. We got all the permits. We got everything. We got your trade. We've already got you diversified into a lot of Bitcoin, Litecoin, a few other things. It's gonna be real nice.
I like that. Hey, Frankie. I got a business proposal for you.
Okay.
Well, let's say I wanted to invest some of my money into you, my friend. I think I got a good title here. You could have a safe and a bake shop right here, like you've been doing, right? You know what you could call it? You know what you could call it? Trusty pastry.
This guy.
Yeah, just saying.
This guy.
It's like tasty pastry, but for the trust money and for the the bakery stuff. That's trusty pastry.
I got it. Trust me with your dough.
Ah, yeah, I like that. It's the the dough like the money and the dough like the bakery bread.
This guy, he gets it.
I figured it out. I explained the whole joke to everybody.
Would you like a nice pastry and a safe place to put some of your money to watch it grow over time? Come to old Frankie.
Come to Trusty Pastry. See?
Come to Trusty Pastry. Come to trust me with your dough.
I like that. That's the tagline. Trust me with your dough. Come to Frankie's Trusty Pastry. Trust him with your dough. I like
Ooh.
it. I like it.
Hey, you already wrote the whole commercial for me.
Hey,
Hey,
did it for free. Now,
look at you.
I need to get a little bit more interest then in that.
We'll talk about it.
Scene.
All right.
All right. So that word was trust. So I think we kind of know where that one was. It was fun. Little play on words there. Wordplay. Words. Ooh. Again.
He can spell. He knows everything about a particular musical, and he can't say words to save his life.
Yeah, exactly.
Improv.
Yeah, improv. Well, that's why improv, because I don't want to think of the words.
Yeah. I like the idea of taking, I don't mind playing stereotypes. I just always gonna try and push them to be something different, right? Mm-hmm. So like literally like 2 seconds before you said cannolis, I was gonna say, flaky French. Say if I could remember the words. Now I got that.
Was it the thing that started with a G, because like Galucci or something?
No. I was gonna think of something that wasn't Italian.
Oh, I see.
Right, a baguette. I was gonna say, hey, you want some baguettes over here? Right, it's like to play it like against the thing, right?
Yeah, I should have waited because I feel
not at all. It's fine. But so then this idea of like, the mafia is gonna watch your money. Is like, look, I gotta diversify your portfolio. Like he's like a legit on the line guy. He just talks like a Goomba.
I think we also kind of worked it because it became like a pastry / money business, which you don't. Yeah. You see, either like it's funny. The Italian stereotype is either like a pastry business or a money business, and then now it's like we combine the two of them, so we just doubled down.
There you go.
But I'm also Mediterranean in real life, not Italian. But I'm Greek, so
yeah. I love that you didn't say Italian, you said Mediterranean. I'm like, that's what I am.
Because I also was like, oh, this is so stereotypical Italian. Let me like change it up a little bit. So I'll make it a little less specific on where we are in the Mediterranean area. All right. So let's move on to maybe one more scene. Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe a couple. We'll see how we're feeling. Because we can always cut around it. Anyway, I'm going to switch it up. Instead of doing a word, I'm going to do a relationship. And the relationship I got is limo driver and trophy spouse.
Cool.
Which is an interesting pairing. All right. Just so you know, you're my only client, so it's always great to see you.
Awesome, bro. It's good to see you too. You always like driving me around places. I dig it. I like being going around, but I don't like driving, so it works out great,
Yeah, and I love driving, but I don't really do anything else. I don't have, anything to really work for other than my limo company.
Is your company?
Well, I mean, the company that I work for. Sorry, I don't have. That's why I'm driving a limo.
That'd be cool, man. I didn't know you own your own company. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's not. I don't own a company. Just a lowly person who, drives a limo.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, also, there's no smoking in the limo. You know this.
Yeah, all right. Awesome.
No. There's no smoking in the limo. Can you put it out? There's no smoking in the limo.
Oh, yeah, man. Let me just finish my cigarette first, man. Oh.
No. No cigarettes. There's no smoking in the limo.
Gotta tell you, man, life is so good. Does everyone live like this? Like, my wife makes all this money, and I just, do whatever I want. It's great.
No, not everyone lives like you do, Jeremiah.
Oh, it's awesome.
No, it's not awesome. It's not awesome.
I told you. Call me Dolphin. That's my nature name.
Right, Dolphin. Okay. Dolphin, I feel like you want to go to the beach.
Yeah, bro. How'd you know? You're in my head, bro.
Because I take you to the beach every day.
Good, man. Good.
Dolphin, there's no smoking.
Oh, it's a joint, bro. Don't worry about it.
No, there's no smoking of any
you want
kind.
some?
No,
There you go.
there's no smoking of any. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. Don't give it to me. I don't want it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I got you. You can't officially smoke as you drive. Don't worry.
No,
I
there's
got
no
you.
smoking
Shotgun.
of any kind in the vehicle. There's no. I can't see the road now. I can't see the road.
Dude, life is good, right?
Jeremiah, I told you there's no smoking. I tell you this every single day. Now, all right, you know what? Do you want to go to the beach or not?
Oh, the beach sounds great, man. We should go to the beach.
So we can go to the beach.
Good idea, bro. You are thinking.
All right, Dolphin, listen. We can go to the beach, but you got to stop smoking.
You're right. Edibles. Awesome.
No, there's nothing possibly illegal, but maybe legal depending on where we are. You know, as we're driving around, sometimes we're in California, sometimes we get to Arizona, sometimes we go to, Iowa, Indiana. Sometimes we make road trips all the way to Florida and Texas. You know, sometimes it's illegal, sometimes it's not. Just nothing that you wouldn't do in a company car on company time. All right.
Oh, you make good company, man.
Thanks. Just.
Oh, dude, we're at the beach. Awesome. Oh, bro, come out. Let's go hang. I got some acid we can drop.
I'm on the clock.
Awesome. We'll do acid on the clock.
Just get out of the car, Dolphin.
Around here?
Dolphin, just get out of the car.
Later, dude.
Wow, what an idiot. Scene. All right. So that was a relationship. So there wasn't really much of an A to C on that one, other than a limo driver and a trophy spouse. And I just happened to put us in a limo because that made sense.
I mean, yeah, when you got limo driver and trophy spouse, like you could try and work your way out to something different, but it's like it's literally there. So like just like because when you get a word, you can really just be inspired and you want. But if you get something that's specific, I feel like, and obviously there's no audience, giving us a suggestion. But if an audience is going to give us something that particular, I think we should at least satisfy, the basics on it.
Right. And I was going to say, what's interesting is when you get a relationship, like what's like a non-loving relationship, not non-loving, like non-sexual relationship, blah, 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 blah. It's always like, doctor, patient, teacher, student, brothers, whatever. And it's interesting that this one was limo driver and trophy spouse because it's not a thing that you would normally think of. But even then, it's like people who are rich probably have a limo driver.
Oh, yeah. So I know a guy he doesn't have a limo driver, but he has a Bentley and he has a drive. He doesn't ever drive his own Bentley. Like
he's got like a chauffeur.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like also like I was thinking of one time I think it was a comedy sports show. The suggestion was like pilot and farmer or something, and it's like what is this relationship? But then it's fun for an improviser to discover how those connect and how those intertwine, and that's almost sometimes can be more fun than being gifted like your brother's at a party. It's like, okay, we're brothers at a party versus like I'm a pilot, you're a farmer. How can we find a way for these two to meet? So that's, I think, fun too.
Yeah.
Do you want to do one more scene?
Sure.
Last one. Let's see. Do you want to initiate or you want me to initiate?
You initiated the last one, so I'll get this one.
Okay. The word is. Whoa, that was so weird. I was looking at words and one was burrow and then it was borrow right after each other. The suggestion we'll say is slings. Slings.
And the final touch. The skull that will be used in the infamous monologue. And all of our props are complete. Would you like to hold the skull?
Very much. I would love to.
Take it. You should start practicing with it. It's your monologue, Hamlet.
To be or not to be?
Oh, I hope that's not your reading. That's terrible.
You don't like it?
Mm, we will work with you on it.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I was too happy when I said it. He's like about to like kill himself, right?
Bit
So
melancholy.
let me let me try it.
Fella.
Okay, I'll try it differently. All right.
All
I think
right
this
then.
will impress you.
Mm-hmm.
To be or not to be?
That's better. That's better.
Yeah.
I say, um, you're going to be excellent on the performance night.
That's so kind of you, Mr. Greenbrier.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's kind of your brother to donate so much to our theater company.
Yes,
Well.
he does like to just give and give and give, and that's what I'm hoping to do is give the beauty of Shakespeare to an audience of 30 people.
In fact, I'm wondering now, since we just cast you without an audition based on your resume, all these theaters that you've worked at, all these roles, did your brother donate to every single theater that before you cast?
He did. Yeah, he did. He
There it
loves to
is.
donate. Yeah.
I see it now. An impressive resume until
he's not
you
an
ask
actor,
questions.
Though. He's not an actor, though.
No.
I'm the actor.
Maybe.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, here, I'll do it one more time. Okay, ready? Okay, here we go. All right.
Bring it
on. To be or not to be.
Oh, very good.
See, I told you I could do it.
Very good. Excellent. I think we've seen enough. I think you should just get to memorizing because you're gonna knock it out of the park, as you Americans say. In cricket, you don't knock it out of the park. That wouldn't be bad. But in baseball, I believe that's a good thing, isn't it?
Yes. It's like when you get a home run.
Excellent. You'll hit us a touchdown.
Well, I mean, I could get a touchdown or hit a home run. I could do both, actually.
Yes.
I feel like I was born to play Hamlet.
Clearly, your birth had a lot to do with you playing Hamlet. That is correct. Yes.
I'm brooding, but I'm also lovable. But also, I'm kind of like a dick. Like I feel like
the brother of a wealthy donor. That helps.
Yeah. Well, thanks. I mean, we make a good team, him and I.
Excellent. All right. Well,
let me give you this skull back, Mr. Greenbrier.
All right, I'll take it. Yeah. All right, I'll put it in the prop closet. I was
Don't
really
forget,
proud of the skull, and now I'm terrified.
It's got my brother's donation all over it.
It sure does. All right, then. Well, here's to another season of the theater.
I'm so excited to play Hamlet, Mr. Greenbrier. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I will be the best actor to have ever graced this stage.
Oh, good.
You can count on me. You can also
Not
count on
too
my
early
brother's
to start
money.
drinking now, is it?
Oh, can I have some?
Why the hell bloody not?
Oh, thanks. Like I said.
Alas, poor theater, I knew it well. Until it died.
Well, my brother can give you some more money for that.
Scene.
Great. So that was Slings, which I feel like your first thought may have been Slings and Arrows,
sure.
Something of that nature,
Yep.
is what it felt like to me because it became a theater, Shakespeare kind of fun thing. And I'm glad that it almost felt like it was going to get ready to be a teaching scene. I'm glad we got away from it being a teaching scene. I thought that was a fun twist to it. Because at first it was like, Shakespeare the Hamlet. I was like, I was like, to be or not, I know that part. And then it was like, and then it became, and like, so and as Spencer, I was like, I know what monologue you're talking about. It's a to be or not to be. But then, so I complete was like not even in character that moment. And I was like, to be or not to be, I was like, I'm not going to keep doing this. And then your character responded with like, okay. And I was like, no, I can do it better. And then it became this fun, like game of clearly this guy is not an actor, but he's been his family has given money. So, it's the nepotism thing that kind of, or favoritism, I guess, or hierarchy, whatever the word is.
Yeah.
Words.
Hierarchy.
Great. So this was fun. Thanks so much for joining me. I guess real quick, anything else about the scene that you liked or thought was fun, or that you tried to like incorporate into this scene?
Yeah, I just I'm very much of the belief that I don't ever want to play a character who's trying to alter reality, right? So when you're like you have the job, like I'm not
Mhm.
going to spend any precious time in this scene trying to get you to not it's like okay, your bad actor character has this job. So now how do I feel about it? Now I'm just like now I'm giving up. I'm, what I think a lot of improv do and what I would have done as a younger improviser would have been like, well, let's see how we can get you out of this role. And now it's like, is he or is he not going to play the role? And no one cares because like no
Mm.
one's invested in this at all. But the idea of like, oh, you have this role. What's the reality we deal with? Like that, I think is a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's almost feels like if we were to change the dynamic, it would be like we're throwing out the idea as opposed to
Yeah.
embracing the idea. So I love that idea of like, well, he's a bad actor and this is what I'm stuck with, and that made it so much more fun for, I think, at least I speak for myself, for my character, because I was like, oh, every time I do something awful, it's pushing this character's buttons. And that's what I
Yeah.
want, is I want to keep being bad at acting. I don't want to
Yeah, which
be
is
a
such a fun part of like, oh, I'm playing a bad actor. Buckle up, right?
I'm just playing myself, just kidding.
Yeah,
But
I
then
call it
also what
cut
was
to. I
great.
tell my students, I call it cut to acceptance. Just this idea of like,
Oh,
you know, uh, it's like, oh, like in the Power Ranger thing, right? Like, I want to be a
mm,
Power Ranger. Like, a lot of people would say, well, I don't know if you should be, and it's like no one cares about the discussion of whether or not this kid should. It's just like, yes, move
mm,
on, right?
mm.
Accept it. Cut to the acceptance part because in the stages of grief, right? The
Yeah,
denial, bargaining, all that stuff. It's like we don't need any of that in improv. Cut to the acceptance and then deal with it.
I love that. And it actually made me think of something that we've brought up before, is is this idea that it's okay to fail. I
Yeah.
think in one interesting thing, it kind of makes me think of like this character as a character, me playing someone who is a bad actor. I
Mm-hmm.
almost want to get in my head and be like, I'm not a bad actor though. People are going to judge me because they think I'm a bad actor because I'm playing a bad actor. But
Yeah.
then it's like this idea of like, no, that's good. That's good. Like, because people are like, wow, you play a really bad, you're so good at bad acting. It's like, well, I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
good actor then. But also it was, what was interesting is I feel like in this dynamic, Mr. Greenbrier, or the teacher, or the director, seems like he's the character with the higher status, but because of him not being able to control this bad actor, the bad actor kind of had the higher status in this scene, which was quite interesting, or at least it shifted, I think, because he's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, my brother can give you money, I'm a good actor, and the director's like, this is what I'm stuck with.
Yeah.
Great. So I think that was an interesting thing where we're flipping, for the most part, flipping that status on its head, which I thought was really cool too.
Well, you did that in the limo scene too, right? Like, if you think
Ah,
about like I'm the limo driver, like I don't say I just speak when I'm spoken to, that kind of thing. And you're like arguing with him, like don't do
ah,
this, all that kind of stuff. So you like
that's true.
you turn that up as well.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. And I also was like, and again, going into that scene, it was like, yeah, the limo driver kind of sits there and just like waits to be spoken to. But what kind of a scene is that unless the other person knows that that's what that character is doing? Because
Mm-hmm.
if I just go in and I just start driving and I don't say anything, it's like, you might pick up on it, but you might also not, and be like, do I need to say something? Is he going to say something? Like what? And then it becomes that stereotype again of like, this is what it is. So I
Yeah.
think it is one of those things where it is taking those risks, like we were talking about, of not being, first of all, not being afraid to fail, but two, feeling free to like break the stereotype, because that's what we see all the time, that it's okay for the limo driver to have higher status. It's okay for, if I say stop, like with the smoking, I was like, you can't smoke in here, and you're like, okay, fine, I'll have a blunt. It's like, you can't smoke. Oh, you're right, edibles. It was great because I kept saying no as the character, but you kept saying yes as an improviser.
Well,
So
yeah, and
it
I
was,
figured if I'm a trophy husband, like I don't care what the limo driver's like, no smoking, like right, and trophy spouses, not to stereotype, probably aren't the brightest in the box, not used to listening, obeying,
mhm.
responsibility, that kind of stuff. So when the limo driver's telling me stuff, I'm that guy who assumes like, yeah, friends, right, you want to hit,
Yeah.
all right.
I thought from the start that character was just like high.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah, probably
it was like
always.
everything was like in one ear and out the other for that character. But as you as an improviser, it was like, okay, got it, got it, got it. Let me keep pushing those buttons. Let me keep doing this. What else can I do to pile onto this game, essentially, which I thought was fun. And so I think that that's, again, I want to reiterate that, is that you can say no as a character, but say yes as an improviser. And
If
I
you
think
know
that
what you're
that's a
doing,
big thing.
yeah. If
Right,
you
right, right, right,
if
right.
you don't know what you're doing, then no tends to mess things up. But
Yeah.
like understand what's underneath the yes and underneath the no, and that'll help you get past, because no can be a tripwire, right?
It's true.
Um, and I mean, in some cases, yes can be a tripwire too. But it's like knowing the underlying belief of what yes and means, then the words don't have near as much power over your decisions as they do when you're starting out in improv.
That's great. And I think it's like, even then, I remember a scene where, it's idea, like you said, like when you know how to use no, you can use
Mm,
it. But until
sure.
you really understand, first of all, yes, and the heightened listening, because in a scene where it's like with like the stop smoking, like you can't smoke in here, I'm saying you can't do this. And if you're like, yes, I'll stop, then the scene's pretty much done. But because you understand, because you understand, Rich, you understand the value of no. But because improvisers understand the value of no in a scene, it's like I'm saying, I point to my sideburn. I don't. I'm saying, don't do this, and an experienced improviser is going to go, so you want me to keep doing this thing? You want me to keep
Mm.
doing that? But I'm not negating you. I'm just yes anding your no.
Yeah, anytime that there's a game in a scene, and I just want to be clear that like I am not an advocate of every scene needs to have a game by any
Mm-hmm.
stretch. But
I agree.
most of the things we did today were game elements in it. So I'm like, okay, this is the game is frustrated limo driver can't control his passenger, and passenger's oblivious and uncontrollable, right? So we just, okay, that's the game. Let's tighten it.
Yeah, great. Well, I'll throw in all of your pitches and plugs from the last time in here. But is there anything else new you want to add, plug, pitch, anything else you want to add to the Improv Summit in general?
Yeah, I'm creating content as much as I can, other than the book and the improv breakdown series, and the improv salon. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Just the Rollin and Rich's YouTube channel, and my book is really where I like to send people.
Great. Well, thanks so much for joining me again, Rich. This has been the
Thank you,
Improv
Spencer.
Summit. Bye.